So, hello fellow coin collectors, this is Glenn, back with another video. And this is actually a video I have not made before, because I actually have not got any of these coins before. And these are actually English pennies and a farthing. So the two silver coins up the top are pennies, and the bottom one is actually farthing. It's actually made out of copper. The striking thing you actually see is these have two little roses. Now, two little roses are actually quite an emblematic. They do still actually use them sometimes, but they've actually gone out of fashion, and they're not actually really associated with the Stuarts, who actually are the reigning monarch, but a long gone royal family that died out probably, I think, about 1500s, late 1500s, 1600s. And as you can see here, one of them has a crown, and that's actually the actual farthing. They are pretty much the same size. So if we stick them together, you can see the farthing is probably a little bit smaller, but it's actually quite a nice coin. So we'll look at the two pennies that we have first. So these two pennies are actually from James I, and he reigned from 1604 to 1619, but these coins here have been attributed to probably 1618, 1619. And on the Tudor Rose side, so we need to find the actual starting inscription. So you can see Rosa, so that's actually close to the start. And if you can see up the top, we have a star, so we have a star up there. And let's see if we can find the start for this coin. I think I found it as well. So ID. So here we have ID. Then we have G Rosa. Cine Spinner. And you'll see on the second coin I have, it's actually quite a worn coin. It's also been bent in the middle. You can see the actual bent mark there. So that's actually quite a pity. It's only slightly bent, but because these are actually pretty thin, they're only about 0.45 of a gram. So it's less than half a gram. So that's why they're actually very thin and small. They used to be double the size, about 7, but around 1550, they actually reduced the size of them and the actual silver content. So that means I is James DG, by grace of God, arose without a fawn. So Rosa Spina arose without a fawn. That's actually what that motto actually represents in its meaning. So I'm not too sure why a rose without its fawn. If anyone actually knows what the actual motto means, please leave a comment down below. So I've turned over to the actual reverse. So the obverse actually had the name of James on it. The reverse actually has a thistle within a beaded circle. So this is actually a thistle. To me, it actually looks like an upside down pot, or a pot actually. So this is the actual pot. Here's the opening, but actually this will be where the actual flower petals would have actually come out, and this is actually the seed pod. So the thistle is actually it's been used for a long time as a symbol of royalty, and here we have the inscription. It has Twitter, and here we have VNITA, and around here we have DEV. It's a little bit hard to read. You can actually read it on this coin, and that actually means may God protect those united. So probably the United Kingdom. And if we have a look at the inscription here, so should start from here, TVEA So the V would just be U. VNITADEV. And there we have the S. So the inscription would actually start around here somewhere. And it's just fascinating about these coins, how, they were minted in, what do I say, probably about 1618, roughly around that time. And they would have probably been in circulation in 1718, or whenever they actually took out the actual silver coins from circulation. So the next coin I have is a farthing, and as you can see, this is actually a coin of Charles I, who actually got his head cut off. And on this side we have the actual crowned Tudor rose. And this is actually the reverse because it doesn't have the inscription, but it of mentioning Charles I, but it does have FRAN for France, et or and, HIB, which is Iberia, Ireland, Rex. So that means king. So the King of France and Ireland, and also has a star at the end. And on the other side, we have a crown with two scepters. So if you've ever seen Parliament or whatever in the United Kingdom or Australia, they actually have a scepter every time they actually commence Parliament. And this is actually what it is. And there we have a crown, and then we have the name Carlos, which is Charles in Latin. The gratia, by grace of God. MAGBRI, so King of Britain. So Charles, by grace of God, King of Britain. And this is actually not a very common coin. I find it very hard to actually find any of these, and I was just lucky to actually purchase one of these coins. I think I bought it for about $20 from Stuart Anderson, the coin shop, and I actually sold these 3 coins together, and there was actually no bidders, so that's quite strange. So probably about, how much was it? Probably about $40 for the lot. And in reality, if you wanted to buy an English penny, you're probably talking at least $100 for a penny. And probably this one, because it's not a common coin, probably pretty much similar. $100 to $200 is what you actually be looking for a penny. But if you shop around, and if you bid on coins at certain times, you can actually get good coins for a very good price. And I reckon this price that I actually got these coins was actually quite low. Another thing I didn't mention was this farthing was actually produced between 1636 and 1643, so only for 7 years. There are many varieties. There are actually many different mint marks. There's the crescent, the cross pate, the lys, the mullet, and I actually need to find out where the actual mint mark is, so I think it's actually up here. And it's also mint mark, unknown mint mark. So if anyone actually has experience with these UK or English pennies and half pennies, please leave a comment down below, or a link will be good, to a website. And as you can see on this coin, it actually has a die crack, which actually is quite normal for coins of this type. Anyway, I'll leave a link down below to English pennies if you actually want to look some up on eBay. And I just thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. If not, leave a comment down below. If I don't know, I can't improve. And just take care out there with all that's happening this year, and also just have an awesome coin collecting time. Thank you, and bye bye.